Mike Lawrence also here, great comic.
Yeah, I saw them at the Bowery Ballroom. Yeah, oh yeah,
Caroline Sunday at 8, and you saw them back in 07.
Yeah.
So you're hardcore.
Oh yeah. That was 3 breakups ago.
We got to ask him where the PA went. It used to be Matt Pond, PA. Like when you saw him, it was Matt Pond, PA.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
PA, I don't know, probably Pennsylvania. He's from Pennsylvania. He threw a PA on the end.
It's like John.
That's
Cougar,
what it always
it's like John
was.
Cougar Mellencamp.
Maybe there was another Matt Pond and he died, and now he gets. It's like Highlander
Maybe he
roles.
gets to claim the name. Yeah.
It sounds like.
But I just love. We were like for 20 minutes, like, oh, the business of comedy and the process, and then Rio Art just shows up and it's just art, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
They were really good.
why aren't they bitching about stuff? I'm sure they do. We'll get them to bitch.
Yeah.
So now you.
This is like you sound like the devil. We will show the evil side of these musicians.
We will get you to bitch. We're using some lysergic acid in the fix.
Hey, don't you hate tambourines?
Yeah, the floor is yours on tambourines.
Yeah.
Hey, so now you said something great when you go see. Sometimes when you go see superhero movies, you bring your dolls, you bring your action figures.
Action
No,
figures.
You don't, man.
You do?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Wolverine movie?
I saw it
He
this
didn't like
morning.
it.
No. It didn't just come out today?
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah. I
got
saw
up
it.
and explain what happened.
I was like, you're not gonna get me to pay full price. So I did the matinee, and I woke up at like 10 in the morning and saw it. Just
Did you
me and a bunch of old Jews.
And you didn't like it?
Yeah.
How could you not like it?
It's you know, I know it just came out, so I'm not gonna spoil, but
I don't think there are sponsors, so do whatever you want. Yeah.
I don't think we want to anger Hugh Jackman.
it's just like I say the spoilers, and it's one guy with
Right.
3 butter knives in his hands, like pretending to be Wolverine, just trying to cut himself. I don't like this guy, bub.
You better be careful, Mike, because this guy, I just found out yesterday, is obsessed with Hugh Jackman.
Not obsessed. But
Yes, you are.
I do think he's really
Well, he
talented.
doesn't sing in this. So.
I know.
He was a terrible Jean Valjean. Great singer, but he did not
Really?
capture
I
the
agree.
pain
I don't think
or
he brought
empathy.
it. I don't think he
No,
brought it.
no.
No,
I thought it was good.
There's a minute at the beginning of the movie where Colm Wilkinson, who's the original Jean Valjean, is the priest, and he completely.
Oh, the priest is the original one.
He completely upstages.
He does.
Because he has that trembly voice that Jean Val. Who am I? I'm really sad.
That's true. The
Like-
priest was the original guy from the play.
Where he has a ability. Everything he says, he sounds like he's doubting himself.
What
And
we have from God.
take from us these combos and bugles.
But in your haste, my brother.
If you buy 1 Subway sub, get an additional for half off. You make anything sound profound in that trembly voice, and then
Surely you wouldn't leave the best.
Russell Crowe.
God.
Russell Crowe is the worst thing ever in that
That was
movie.
so bad. That was so bad.
I am Javert and you are my friend.
I know the beginning is really like the singing thing, like, and I am Javert. Don't forget my name.
How?
24601.
You know, the real movie there was that director wanting to fire him and knowing he couldn't. Just
Is that true?
I have to believe it is. It better be. That's the
And the studio's like, no, it's Russell Crowe. We're not fired.
Nah. What do you mean I'm fired?
What do you mean, mate? And he throws a BlackBerry. Russell Crowe is the white male version of Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
He'll throw a glammed out BlackBerry at you.
Yeah. It used to be Christian Bale, but now it's Russell Crowe. Yeah.
He was particularly horrible. 24601.
He sounds like a gay guy yawning, you know? Like, I am tired. When are we gonna get our rights? You know? We finally can get married. Let's have a parade.
What'd you think of what's her face?
Exactly.
Not Cosette.
Oh, Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
That was just designed to get an Oscar. Get in, die.
Did she win?
And
She won an Oscar,
yeah,
right? Did she win an Oscar?
When I saw the movie, I had to use the bathroom, and by the time I came back, she was dead.
I know, that's right. She won an Oscar. Well, for what? Best Supporting Actress?
Yeah.
Not Best Actress. She's hardly in the movie.
You know why? Because she shaved her head. In the
That's key. You're right. If an actress does that.
But you're bald and you don't have cancer, here's an award. You know? Like, that's really brave. You chose to do that?
That is.
Bald is the new retard.
What if you play a bald retard?
Oh, man.
Just give me the gold. Can you imagine that?
Judi Dench's agent, are you listening to this? We are giving you an Oscar right now.
Hello? Get out the clippers.
Do you want this? You want this, right?
No, that's right. She was bad in that.
Yeah, it was okay. It was like karaoke, you know.
It was kind of like, but that, okay, now that makes sense. That priest was the original Jean Valjean.
Because he's so good.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Wolverine?
Yeah.
Can we get back to that? I mean, what didn't you like, and did you take toys to the
explain my
theater?
college life by starting a Wolverine conversation and then talking about Les Mis for 10 minutes.
With a jock. With a guy who was on the Raiders.
Yeah.
Master of the Claws, really likes to stab. You'll feel his adamantium when he tries to jab.
What did you think? What did you think of what's his face as the master of the house? The guy.
They're just man. You know what? Like Johnny Depp and Sacha Baron Cohen and Helen Bonham Carter. They need to be told that trying too hard is the new phoning it in. It's the same thing. Overcommitting is the same as not caring at all. I don't need to see Johnny Depp be whimsical again.
That's
remember
all
Donnie
he does.
Brasco?
That's all he does. I know.
When he acted?
Yeah, it's true. Now he's a great actor too, an amazing actor, and it's great when he acts. You're right, but I think he
stop
thinks
having the persona of a manager at a Hot Topic in every movie.
In Edward Scissorhands, he discovered that thing that he does.
Yeah.
And he was great.
And it was new.
It was awesome. It was new. And yet he does it in almost every movie.
Well, even the first Pirates, like, it's amazing.
Well, he does a Keith Richards impression, and it's funny.
It's great the first time, but the second time, it's like your friend that won't leave. You know, it's
the second time and the third and the fourth is about $80 million a pop. I mean, that's a lot. Think of the merch he got from that. Johnny Depp is a guy that's not talked about enough. He has got gajillions of dollars.
They've worked Captain Jack Sparrow into the ride, the Pirates of the Caribbean, at Disney World.
Ka-ching. And every time you see that, ka-ching in Mr. Depp's house.
Exactly.
And he's just there every day. I do it for the fans.
They have fake Johnny Depps. They have fake Johnny Depps in the ride who are, robots moving around. But that's a new act.
You notice that we keep trying to talk about Wolverine, but then go off into anything.
What about Wolverine?
Anything that's more interesting.
Because it's a fascinating world we're in.
No, I was saying. That's my exact thoughts on the movie. Every time I try to think about it, something more interesting, which is anything else.
How could it be boring?
It's boring.
How?
You know what?
Did you have a toy with you?
Here's something that
I think you did.
That I realized.
What a piece of bullying that was.
You brought a toy.
John, you're bullying him.
I feel like you're hesitant.
Do we need Tubby Man?
That.
We might need Tubby Man.
Did you bring a toy?
Tubby Man is a
Look,
Tubby Man.
I know you're retired, so if you want, I can.
Tubby Man is a superhero against bullying.
I'm not bullying. I'm not bullying. I'm not a bully, man.
Stop it.
His name is Tubby Man. So in stopping bullying, you're bullying him.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get it.
He thought up the name.
Yeah.
John?
It's like when all of the Hollywood actresses called Precious beautiful at the Oscars. You're so
John,
beautiful.
he's entitled to his toys, and you're entitled to yours. Let's just settle this. If he wants to
here's our superhero against homophobia, gay man.
When a football player is retired, you just put yourself in the locker. You're like, I understand it's going to be a lot of stress on your arms. I'll just put myself in there.
Well, but don't you trust his opinion? He's a jock who does love all the superhero movies.
I would have rather seen The Adventures of Tubby Man than Wolverine. It's
wow.
You know what? It's not even a terrible movie. it just doesn't make me feel anything. And I realize what it is. I hate ninjas. And I don't like anything set in
There are
Japan.
a lot of ninjas in the movie.
There's a lot of ninjas suck. Ninjas never win. Ninjas always die. They never succeed.
Well, there's rarely a good guy ninja. That's the problem.
Ninjas are the Washington Generals of villains.
Yeah, I never liked that
They
path. I never liked Logan's path into the
And it's just
the Japanese culture
and I just don't like the Japanese culture.
and
You know,
ninjas.
it's always honor and forgiveness, and it's just taking like goofy words and saying them slowly and making it.
I like when
important.
it all becomes a goof, like what Tarantino does with it in Kill Bill 2. I won or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but
That's good.
in that Kill Bill 1 when she fights the crazy 88s
yeah.
and around crazy 54, you realize that there are 88 of them. I'm done. I'm done. They literally, and you know.
Well, don't you think you're bringing up a good point that Hollywood is facing with these action movies? Is that how many more?
They're fatigued.
How many more fights can you do? How many more original fights can you do? I mean, it's hard to figure out an original fight.
And there's a
sequence.
lot of sword fighting and stuff like that in this. And
Does
this
he
is
sword fight with his claws? Like he's sword fighting
some
guys?
of it, yeah.
That's
but
cool.
But what they
Can he cut the swords off?
What a nerd. Even Tubby Man's okay
through
with
the
that.
swords easily.
He's the
with
only,
his
he's the only nerd
adamantium
who's got
claws.
two championship rings.
Which the claws cut through every time. Oh no, my championship
But
rings.
that is a good point. It's like there's some guys like that, what J.J. Abrams is such a talented guy, and I think I could trust him with coming up with something new. But what is new? What is like the good guy's eventually going to win.
Well, here's the thing.
And what happens?
Well, here's the thing I thought of with sword fights. Remember in the first Indiana Jones when he just shoots the guy who does all the
Yeah.
Why would I ever need to see a sword fight after that?
Right.
You just showed how stupid they are.
That's the joke. And that's the joke.
But 32,
And that joke's been done again. Yeah.
And the whole thing was because he was sick that day or whatever, right? That was the
is that the
story
truth?
that Harrison Ford was.
You're kidding me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's how they thought of that joke?
I think so. And he was like, I don't want to fight him.
That's a great
He's like, why
story.
don't I just shoot him? But every time I watch a
can't
movie
believe-
with a guy with a sword, like swords are in effect, it takes 10 minutes to hit somebody with it.
Yeah. I can't believe Harrison Ford thought of that joke.
Yeah. He's really hilarious. Regarding Henry, kills it.
I'll tell you, the funniest thing though is the Jackie Robinson movie.
Oh,
He plays.
you mean Yessa?
Yeah, well,
the Jackie Robinson movie.
It was so terrible. It was just. I hate to say it. It was so bad. But it's Harrison Ford not being Harrison Ford. It's Harrison Ford doing a character. Like he doesn't play characters. He plays Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Branch Rickey like, well, son, we're gonna bring you up. He's a Negro League player.
Yeah, a story about a black guy who played baseball and the brave white men who allowed him to.
Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk more Wolverine after this.
Yeah.